Hi.
Let's start with hip hop and the re-release of what's been called a groundbreaking, genre-defining album. Which one is that?
Well, it's probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, hip-hop album of all time. It's definitely one of my favourites. This is Nas's Illmatic, which is celebrating its 20th birthday this month, actually. And to celebrate that, he's re-releasing it with a few extra freestyles and a few demos and remixes which we've never heard before. And now, for those of you not really familiar with this record, this was rare because it was the right man at the right time with a very strong message, and it really hit the nail on the head. Let's have a quick listen to one of the tracks from the album. This is It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Surprise me, but can't magnetize me. Scanning while you're planning ways to sabotage me. I'll even froze like heroin in your nose. Nas a rock well, it ain't hard to tell.
We've been practicing our hip-hop gestures
Of
here,
course.
haven't we?
I
even recognise that tune.
The thing is, that could be released right now and no one would blink. That's how timeless it is.
Yeah, it is a classic. And there's also a documentary coming out, isn't there?
It is. Time is Illmatic, which is very fitting, is going to be headlining the Tribeca Film Festival, which launches on Wednesday. Now, this looks more into the social and political background of when the record was made. And that's very important because Nas grew up on the Queen Bridge in Queensbridge, New York, which is one of the biggest projects in the US. It also looks at his family with his dad, who is a very good jazz musician. Let's have a quick look at the trailer for this film.
When I made Illmatic, I was trying to make the perfect album. It comes from the days of Wild Style. I was trying to make you experience my life. I wanted you to look at hip-hop differently. I wanted you to feel that hip-hop was changing and becoming something more real. I gave you what the streets felt like, what it sounded like, tasted like, smelled like, all in that album. And I tried to capture it like no one else could.
Now, Nas has proven to be a big hit at Coachella among all ages.
Of course. Well, it's such a big hit that one of his a man that he had a big feud with, Jay-Z, actually joined him on stage. And it's probably because the sun was out, everyone was in a good mood, and the festival season is really underway now. Coachella is 100,000 people, tickets sold out in 20 minutes. That's not surprising considering some of the names on display. Pharrell, Arcade Fire, Lorde, these are the biggest and best acts in the US right now. If you didn't get one of those tickets, if you weren't one of the lucky few who got a ticket within the first 20 minutes, it is all streaming live on YouTube, so next weekend you can catch the second round.
Well, another way to get into the festival apparently is to be a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to our tickets.
Excuse me, where were they? Because they certainly didn't arrive.
I'm going to go
in the
straight
post.
to the sports desk after this and have a little inquiry.
Because they're actually being paid, aren't they?
Yeah, we're definitely in the wrong business for this because US media are reporting that some celebrities are even charging $50,000 just to make an appearance at this festival. Now, Aaron Paul, who everyone knows from Breaking Bad, he's said to be asking for $15,000 plus 3 VIP passes. US media reporting that a Glee actress is also being paid $20,000 by the French label Lacoste to wear their spring line at the festival. Meanwhile, Vanessa Hudgens got paid $15,000 by McDonald's just to attend a few parties.
So what's our figure, Mark?
I'd probably go for free. To be honest, I'll take the tickets.
Oh, that's pathetic.
Just fly me over and that'll do.
I think you need an agent. Coachella prepares for round 2 next weekend, but elsewhere there's going to be a lot of people going record shopping.
Definitely.
Do they still buy them?
I do. I think you'd be surprised. Vinyl sales have actually gone up for the last 3 years in France alone. And this weekend we will see, and partly because of this special day, International Record Store Day, or Disquaire Day as it's known here in France.
And you've picked one of your French favourites.
I have. I've picked out Fauve because it's pretty hard to talk about French music and not talk about Fauve at the moment. These are one of the biggest acts in France over the last 18 months. They've really exploded. And that's because they really speak for the frustrated French young middle class, the 20-somethings. If you haven't heard their music, it's spoken word, it's very minimalist electro, but it's very
in English
clever.
or in French?
They sing in French, so it's more. It's very tuneful. It's very enjoyable if you don't speak French. But if you do speak French, it's definitely a lot better because you can really appreciate just the classic poetry that's coming in here. And the things they're talking about are very socially significant things, and poverty, frustration at the state, it's all in there.
And they're keeping their identities secret, is that right?
They are indeed, yes. I mean, whether they're going to be able to keep doing that for a long period, I don't know, because they've exploded over the last 18 months. They've done 20 sold-out gigs in the last 5 months in Paris alone. Wherever they play in France, they will sell out. Whether they can make it outside of the country, I'm not too sure, though.
And the Pixies are another band that's getting into the spirit of the event. Yes,
the Pixies are legendary rockers. It's actually quite interesting because Kurt Cobain's classic Smells Like Teen Spirit. Jesus, I forgot about that name there. Smells Like Teen Spirit was actually his attempt to write a Pixie song. That's how long they've been around for. And this is their first studio album since 1991's Trompe le Monde. And it's really in keeping with Record Store Day's theme because they are releasing the album a week ahead of time just to independent record stores. So that means that these independent stores who are really struggling get an extra boost ahead of time. Indie Cindy, which is the album that's coming out, is more of a solo record now that the original bass player has left the band. Let's have a quick listen to that song.
Daughter. And though she has no need.
Mark Thompson, thanks for that wrap of culture. And I assume you're heading out now to get an agent because that's what you need.
I need one, definitely, apparently.
Thank you. Now let's give you